All the kicker with us if you show respect. Yo, a lot of topics, we always got a poppin'. You know we neighborhood, we always kicking knowledge. Yeah, that's the Siegel, we do it for the people. Higher than the ego, we ordinary people. We be kicking in, cause you know we living in. Come and catch a vibe, it's a vibe, come and witness it. We down for each other, no matter the weather. It's the beat 139, cause Harlem stick together, what's up?
What up, what up, what up?
What up, what up, what up? How y'all doing? Yeah, we here Wednesday. You know what it is. First show of the year. You know I got Queens in the building today. Get Money Queens. Y'all know what it is.
QB.
QB in the house today. They come to take over. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Beat 139. I'm Doc.
Don Vito, what up?
And I'm Javon Bubbles, baby. Hi.
Bring him in, Doc, bring him in.
Yeah, today, you know, we got the legendary, you know what I'm saying? We doing behind the scenes, guys who've been moving and shaking. You know what I'm saying? People don't really know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So we want to bring to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Kal Dawson.
What up, Kal? What up to the show?
Hey, welcome.
All right.
Yeah, what's up?
What up?
So let's take it back, man. Let's talk about it, right? We got QB in the building.
Let's rephrase that from South Jamaica, Queens.
All right,
Okay.
South Jamaica in the building. Okay.
South Jamaica.
Okay.
QB, that comes from Queensbridge.
All right,
Province.
see, I respect
That's Long
that.
Island City. I'm from South Jamaica.
All right, South Jamaica's in the
I'm
building.
from Baisley Projects, Building 2, 163 Fox Boulevard. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
Talk that talk, brother.
Talk that
'Cause I
talk.
understand, because when we Harlem, we say, you know, when we from the west side, the dudes from the east side, we all Harlem, but you know, the dudes from the west side, we don't play on the east side. And dudes on the east side don't really play on the west side, so I understand that, man.
Nah, South Side is highly respected. You know what I mean? So, you know, like, you don't hear noise from Bayside, flush like that, because, you know, when you out and about moving and shaking and grooving, the first thing they say as far as Queen, they say like South Side. You know what I mean? That's where, you know, all the heavy hitters came from.
Yes, everybody
You know what
knows.
I'm saying? South Side or Hollis, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, so we want to go into the beginning of the story. You know, I know you played in the music game, but you know, we want to take it back to the beginning. You know, who is Kyle Dawson?
I was born in Long Island Jewish Hospital, 1971. So from there, I came straight to, 16311 Fox Boulevard, Building 2, Baisley Projects.
Okay.
So my family, was there when the whole Baisley wasn't even completed yet. They moved in back in 63, right? I didn't come around to 71.
Okay. So you grew up full-fledged in Baisley.
Absolutely. I was there from the beginning until, like, now.
So what was life like growing up in your neighborhood when you, as a kid?
Well, when I was growing up in Baisley, there was a lot of, we had a lot of white people and Jewish people that lived in the projects there.
Shalom.
It wasn't a lot of blacks there like that, but it was a lot of, like, different races there first. Years down the line, when the blacks came in, then the whites moved out and went to, like, Laurelton or Rosedale, Long Island.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So you played in sports growing up?
Nah, I ain't played no sports. I was just, well, in Baisley growing up, like, at first, it wasn't no drugs there. Then that came on later on down the line. So it was a movement. So, it was some dudes that was playing ball there, but I didn't participate in that. I was,
So what was
riding
yours?
bikes. I was just riding bikes,
Yeah, what was your kind of
doing
escape?
skateboard. We used to leave Baisley, go to Cunningham Park, and steal other dudes' Diamondbacks and mongooses and bring it back to the project, shit like that.
Yeah, that's what's up. So what made you kind of want to get into like the music? When did that happen? And kind of because it apparently changed your life, So what made you go there?
I caught a bid in the early '90s. I got arrested in North Carolina for trafficking. When I came home, that's when I started dabbling in the music. But I still had my hands in the cookie jar.
Right.
How much time did you do?
But they gave me 10 years for trafficking in North Carolina back in '91. As a matter of fact, my co-defendant on that case was Kevin Childs, that owned Don Diva magazine.
Do you think that kind of motivated your music, like, and motivated you to want to make what you did substantial?
It kind of, sort of, but I still was had my hand in a cookie jar because that was my first bid, but I had three other bids behind that bid. So I had four
yeah.
bids together.
So what you mean? So you say your co-defendant was Kevin Childs?
Yeah, Kev a good dude.
Right,
yeah,
right,
Yeah,
right.
Kev a good dude.
Yeah, I know all about Kev. I'm saying, so how did that come into play? Like Queens and Harlem type of situation?
Well, I've been all over. Actually, my family from St. Nick and Lou Sims. Lou Sims' father, my father are brothers. I mean, so me and Kev
I
always,
favor too.
me and Kev always, did shit. And then when shit got hectic, then like in Queens, like in '88, I started going to North Carolina. A cop got killed in Queens, and that kind of put like a dent in a lot of people's pockets.
Right.
So I started going to North Carolina to rally, and then he was in Asheville with some dudes in Harlem. Then you from New York, we go everywhere to chase a dollar,
Yeah.
So you said a cop got killed in Queens. I remember that was like a big thing at that time.
Edward Burns, right?
Yeah, he got killed. So when that happened, it was like the drug dealers is doing too much, and they got to put the clamps on them.
That really put the
It
Queens
caused a
on
lot
map,
of
too.
TNT. Because at the time that happened, I was in Elmont. Long Island doing ones and twos and fucking with some dudes on 116 in Merrick, but
I'm sorry, I have to stop right there. Ones and twos, what does that mean?
ones and two, man.
Like on the.
I had my hands in a cookie jar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought we were
See,
talking
a
about
lot of
DJs.
dudes.
Yeah, my
See,
bad.
my father was well established already. My father's name is Cornbread. Anybody who know him, he was well established already in Queens, but he passed away at 90. He had a heart attack. Somebody he caught a case, but when I was in jail, he caught a heart attack and died. But my father passed away. He was a good dude, but he was like 3 mil strong.
Cornbread with a name like that, you got to be like, a dope
A
person.
lot of old school dudes know him, like Pop Freeman, Hyman, shit like that. You never knew who he was, but he always dressed like regular, like he used to dress bummy, but he was that dude in South Jamaica. He from the South though. He really from Snow Hill, North Carolina.
So you did the bid, right? And then you came out. So how did you get to feel like, what, let me do something different?
Nah, but actually, my brother, my second oldest brother, he was cool with Russell. Then he tried to, put me in a situation as far as like, when you're in that game, you know a lot of people because you move around different boroughs, different states, and people interact.
It's kind of a small world, right?
Go to Lacey's and Skate Key and the Rink, shit like that. So people develop relationships like that, interacting like you getting money in that circle. That everybody know somebody.
So how was your bid? Was it
that bid was sweet because I'm from New York, so
never heard that
in North
before.
Carolina at that time they have money. You could have money in your pocket in jail. I never experienced that in Rikers Island. You can't have no money in your pocket, but that jail back then, and you could have money in your
country
pocket.
club of jails, something like that.
It was different because it was the South, and they
Right.
wasn't used to.
I would think it would be different
Of
because
North
the
dudes.
racism.
Nah, well, we had a different, I was in trouble a lot down there because the dudes in the South, they like to wrestle and shit like that. So they was selling gym razors and commissary. So we was buying razors and spitting them in our mouth and spitting them out and cutting dudes. When shit get thick, yeah.
What you mean they like to wrestle, man?
No, country dudes
I know.
they don't box. They like to wrestle because they strong.
Right.
You know what I mean? They strong.
They grab you.
Wait, like
Yeah,
high
they
school
eating
wrestling
ham
or
house
like-
and collard greens, shit
like
like
The
that.
Rock?
So when me and other dudes from New York was in that system, so they was trying to figure out like, how these dudes got razors in their mouth, man, because we used to have Rikers Island lifestyle.
Right.
So that shit was kind of like sweet to me, but that wasn't really like a reform. It was just like, this shit's easy. But before that though, I wasn't Rikers Island. I was locked up for a murder charge, but I was acquitted. And then I went down to North Carolina, and I caught that charge.
No.
That's like a great feeling right there.
No, I caught 2 of them. Matter of fact, I quit it for both of them, and then it was okay. It's North Carolina. I was in Raleigh.
Yeah, Raleigh.
Right?
So how did like be a lot of tension like with dudes from New York coming out to the Carolinas and all that?
Well, dudes. It was dudes from. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. It was dudes from Brooklyn just getting to the dudes from Queens being eating, getting money on the hustler tip. A lot of dudes from Brooklyn, they was robbing and stealing, so they went to North Carolina. They was telling certain dudes, like, you can't hustle here no more. So a lot of dudes from the South felt a certain way about dudes from New York because of that. Cause dudes from Brooklyn was like Debo and them telling you can't hustle here and this is our shit and they might
Kinda like
fuck up a little
take it
$100 and they
to
doing things to them. I mean, so it was a difference from us dudes hustling from Queens and dudes hustling from Brooklyn. It was a different type of format.
All right, y'all, we got Kal Dawson in the building. You know, the call lines is open.
646-628-4264.
Call Kal Dawson, you know, holler at him. He in the building. So, all right, so you was in the South, and you know, you went through, you did a couple bids, you beat a couple cases, you did some time.
I did one bid. I did 3 state bids. The first one was in North Carolina. I did 2 bids in New York. Then I did a Fed beef in up here in New York. So I did 4 bids altogether.
Dang.
I said, damn, what you mean?
That's
Like,
a lot. That's a lot.
when you break the law, this is what happens. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but you know, you blessed though, cause you
Yeah,
here.
still here.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you
You got a
definitely
story
got
to
some
tell.
chances.
You know.
And what's crazy, right? And none of my bids, they never caught me with nothing. Never. All was conspiracy.
Go back to that
Just
smart
distribution
hustle
charges, shit like that.
Get 'em
I never got caught with nothing physically.
Right.
Smart hustling.
So I'm interested now. I hear about the bids in the streets and the different towns and all that. So what's the transition to the music game?
You gotta try something different, you know what I mean? Because after a while, you get tired of motherfuckers telling you bend over, do this, do that, packages, you know, your girlfriend. talk
Loonies and all that.
Yeah, you know, the loonies, and, you know, because I was in the system, you know, shaking and baking and everything, you know. So, you know, the hustle don't stop. So, you know, it's always a way to break a law. I was like, you know, finding it. So, I was in the feds, cell phones and DVD, iPhones and shit like
Freedom.
that.
You living good.
I wasn't living good, but I was just trying to make my bed comfortable.
I have a question, Kyle. So, being like a hustler, like a professional hustler, you know, how you grew up and everything you just explained to all of us here, were you able to transfer that kind of mentality and like and motivation to your music and the business?
Once you see what, I'm gonna keep it real. I like dealing with criminals, right? Because we all think alike. You know what I'm saying? Because it's balance between being a criminal. So when you convert from the music, from the streets to the music, it's the same hustle, but it's a different product.
Like,
You know what I mean? Because for instance, you know, if you from New York and somebody, your homegirl you grew up with, she went to college somewhere and telling you, yo, these dudes over here, they getting money. So you gonna, okay, words like that? All right, I'm gonna go out there and see what's happening. You know what I mean? So like the shit we sell in New York for $5, you know, God bless the dead, just had the long 38 bill, the orange tops. Oh, okay, man, you don't want to be mentioned right now. So anyway, the shit that was going for $5 in New York City was going for like $20, $30 in other states.
That's what made you say, let me
Nah,
slide
the profit was very good.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you may go out there with like a little $4.5 and you might fuck around, turn that into like brick money. You know what I mean?
and then that money was turned to making music and doing positive things, yeah?
Yeah. You know, doing the music, you know, when you want to change something after a while, like, you know, the biz add up and you ain't getting no younger.
Yeah.
You know, like I never had a 1 or 3. I never had a fucking 6 months.
So what you had?
My first bid was 10 years, trafficking. My
Right.
first bid.
And then after that, you did, how many bids you did?
After that,
3.
after the 10 years I did in North Carolina, I had to do a 1.5 to 3 in New York. Then I caught a 5 to 10.
Right.
Then I caught 10 years in the feds.
Right.
So you were just like, okay, I'm done with all this.
Yeah.
Sort of. But you could, because I
Yeah,
mean, if we
sort
really
of.
think about it.
Right
the
now,
music
like
industry is
another,
hip-hop.
right now another 10, 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the age I am now, like, but if I gotta do it, I'm gonna lay down because I never cooperate. My name ain't never on nobody's paperwork. That's number one.
Right.
I mean, so I got no problem take one for the team, as long as the team gonna do what they gotta do on the outside.
That's what's
I got no problem with that.
That's called loyalty. I fucks with that. Are we allowed to curse him?
No, it's not about loyalty, it's about morals and respect. You know what I mean? Because whatever I do, like I'm on bail right now for a case. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go into details, but I'm on bail right now.
You on bail?
Yeah, I'm on bail for a case right now.
Oh, that's it.
And it's crazy because I was rushing and shouldn't even did what I did, but I was
You
rushing,
laugh,
you know what I
man.
mean?
Chad, you gotta take it easy, man.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, like, you know,
Let's show your conformity
the
here.
case I caught, I owned up to it,
Right.
and they gave me a sweet bill because I was messing with my man, we was on something Linda. I was like, yo, I don't give a fuck what it is. Dude. I'm like George Steinberg with the cap is. I'm gonna make it. Bill, I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm gonna make it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I caught a case December 23rd, actually, you know what I'm saying, in Rhode Island, coming from a show in Boston on the highway. So
You did a show here December 23rd.
Yeah, but I was to December 23rd, I was in them fucking behind closed doors.
Yeah, that's good that you out though. You know, you here.
Yeah, man, you
so,
out, man.
So now, when you was inside, you had, aspirations to be in the music game, or it just fell in your lap?
Yeah, kind of like, I know everybody in the street, so what happened was when I got released from my Fat Beef, I was in the system. I started, Kal Dawson management team. Then I got released. I was living in Charlotte. Then my man, Scotty Bellamy, he helped me out with one of my cases because I had at the time, back in '88, I was facing an A1. It was for murder, but I got acquitted for that one. And he helped me out with that case, So when I got released, I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina, November 1st. Barack Obama changed the drug law in my case got presented to Washington, D.C. I got convicted of ghost dope, meaning that in the feds, like, somebody was lying saying I was distributing XYZ, but they never caught me enough physical evidence.
Right.
Conspiracy. Right. And
Right,
I'm going to say who the dude was, because I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. I ain't going to tuck my tail. The guy who implicated me, his name was Dalu from Queens, Burkeface Dalu.
And you heard it first here at the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
Shout him out.
Nah, fuck him. He caught a fucking 2 to 4 for some credit card shit and started telling some other shit that would happen. So he's an informant.
Down with departure.
Right, so he had a state case at that. Or most of his facing 2 to 4.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He couldn't hold that
down. That's nothing.
I don't know what that was, but he caught me in a loop. But anyway, they were saying I was getting XYZ from, Dimitri Finnery, known as Big Meat, from BMF and doing this, doing that through a certain label at the time. But, Barack Obama, changed that drug law November 1st, 2011. I was released from Butler, North Carolina.
Oh, so you kind of like Big Meat's co-defendant then?
Yeah, I was on this case.
Okay.
They asked me, did I know him? We got sources saying that you deal with him. But I don't know the man. I don't know him.
Yeah, because you could be caught in like a 10-man conspiracy. You might know 2, and the other 8 you ain't never seen before in your life.
I did know him personally, because I still interact with him because we did a BMF tour in 2016, and Mr. Chief was the headliner on the tour. So I did business with him, but as far as the other stuff though, I ain't on that type of time though. I ain't gonna work with them. You know what I mean? So give me for what you got me for. That's it. I ain't implicating nobody else.
So what year you got into the music?
I got into there about we'll say 9-3. I came home in 9-4.
Who was the first artist? You was with Murda Inc, right?
Yeah, I got
This
through
was
that.
before Murda Inc though.
Yeah, I got in that situation through Kenneth, because a certain individual at Amazouas had a situation happened with Ja, and that's how I got in that situation there.
You mean Ja Rule?
Yeah.
No, I have to say it for the listeners.
Yeah.
So all right, so 93, your situation. This before Murda Inc.
Right, it's way before that.
Who you was with then? What group you had then?
I was working with Roy Flush.
Roy Flush, I remember Roy Flush.
Right, he was with Loud Rex at the time.
Yeah.
And he came out with 96 Iced Up Medallions. Him and Mike Geronimo, they came out. It was on Loud Records at the time.
So you managed him and then...
I was working with Roy Flush back then.
And then you went away?
Yeah, I went away.
Yeah, but see, my thing, right?
Yeah.
What I want to know, right, is like Doc is like bringing up your work in the industry, but I want to know, how did you get that knowledge and that skill? Because you was doing bids and you was getting money, but to be a manager, anybody just can't be a manager.
Yeah.
You had to know something. You had to know somebody.
But
So
when you
what's up with that?
No, when you hustling, you your own boss. Like I was getting my own bricks and breaking them down, distributing in different states. I hustled in Raleigh, North Carolina, Fayetteville, Georgia. I was in Wilmington, Delaware. I've been all over.
Right.
So I'm chasing the dollar. But when you managing, you come across artists in the industry, and you call them promoters, and you start networking with the promoters to book certain artists, and this is who they is, this is what they got, and that's how you work in that network. It's the same thing with different product.
There it is. That's how it's connected. That's amazing. So
a lot of people that's in the industry now, they was at one time were ex-hustlers.
You got some in
And
the
they
industry
became-
now that's still
Even
hustling.
rappers, like
Yeah.
the money changed now because you got
Exactly.
a lot of people ain't getting high like that, and then the odds are more
Never
against
get
you
high
now.
for supply.
As far as like cameras everywhere, people cooperating, and people ethnic codes is different.
So was managing something that you obviously just kind of fell in your lap based on the
I
networks?
ain't felt my
net-
lap. I
networking?
just didn't want to do no more business no more, so I give a new trade.
Right.
When you doing
the
4 bids
opportunity-
and you never got caught with anything, then that's kind of like
That's
alright,
kind of
let's
like a praise.
do some other shit.
Do
now.
some positive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and take your whole mentality of the hustling and your own bricks and all that stuff you're saying and transform it to the music industry, which clearly made you very successful. You work with the most iconic artists that we all know in this room and people in the audience know.
Who are some of the artists
So
you
who
work
is
with?
that?
Beanie Segal, the Broad Street Bully. I got Beanie Segal, Beanie Segal, Capadonna from Wu-Tang. I'm on a Wu-Tang documentary as well.
Dope.
Matter of fact, Capadonna and Mr. Cheeks, they shot a video in Queens called the Coliseum.
Dope.
That was back in, I think, 2017. Yeah, 2017. Called Hip Hop Never Dies. It was filmed at the Coliseum. I fuck with Mr. Cheeks as well.
Yeah, I love him. He's dope.
I got an artist named Danny Belair, which we shot a video in front of the Coliseum. I had Floyd Mayweather's Ferrari in the video. I met Floyd through 50.
Floyd Mayweather's Ferrari in a video. Like, how the heck does that happen?
I met Floyd through 50, and we built a relationship in 2016. It's the thing in Charlotte called CIAA. I had, got Nas book, Floyd Mayweather, Jadakiss, my man Smack from Smack DVD.
Okay.
An individual, I ain't gonna say his name though, he came out of the system in 2015. He had a book. I got him book. He was doing a book signing down there as well. So then my artist made a song called Cherry Ferrari. I was calling around trying to get a red Ferrari. And then what happened, I had called Mayweather. We was on the phone talking. I was like, I'm trying to find a red Ferrari. He was like, yo, I got a red Ferrari. I said, word? He said, yeah, it's got the money team. I said, okay, fine. So he's like, well, I ain't gonna charge you, just get it from Vegas to New York and send it back. So when you getting cars transfer to different states, you gotta go to New Jersey airport and do that to cargo. So I got his car up here. You go on my Instagram, you see the red Ferrari with TNT on it. It's in front of the Coliseum. Dude name was Danny Belair, he a Haitian artist. And it worked out.
That's what's up.
So you grew up with 50?
He's from the neighborhood. I'm older than him though, but me and his mother used to do Dirt Sabrina.
His mother was in the game?
Yeah, she was. She showed me how to form, coke and turn into crack. Sabrina, she showed me how to do that.
Yeah, if you saw any documentaries he had or any movies, they definitely mentioned, they ain't going to the details, but they showed that his mom was, she was doing her, did you call it ones and twos?
Yeah. She official, I ain't saying she official, and a lot of things she possesses is in him. Like 50 a good dude. With guys who just see on Instagram, of course he the Instagram and tag like the book, but he a good dude because not too long ago, we was together, another client that I work with, Jaton Green, she's from up here in the Bronx. She's got her own shoe line, and she was getting nominated an award at Amazonas, also with Cuban Link, 50's girlfriend. And Fifth was there, and I was there with my man Un. He got his own clothing line called Un Apparel. I'm in his shirt. And when 50 was there, I seen me and left and came back. Matter of fact, we left went to the store or something, came back. We seen the gold Bentley. I said, that's 50 shit right there. And then we walked in, he seen us. He told me, oh, see your Cal, yo, what's up? What's going on? What's good? So 50 a good dude though.
But back in the days, like talking about 50 moms and stuff, like, she had to been thorough, because back in the day, you didn't have a lot of women who was, like, getting money and holding it down. Like, you got a lot running around later on, but back then, you had to be, you know what I'm saying? That's, like, rare. You know what I'm saying?
It was, besides her, she was doing her ones and twos. She was getting money. What's the other old school chick? Hilda. Remember Hilda? You remember Hilda, Bim?
Yeah, that's son.
He ain't here. All right, but he ain't here. Hilda's official. There was a few females. Doreen, she was from Farmer. There was a few females that was doing their thing, getting paper.
All right, so now leading up to now we at now to Murda Inc. What was your position in Murda Inc?
Right. Through Kenneth, through his relationship with Irv, I was, the president over there for certain reasons, bro. So I was in charge of getting artists booked. Their situations happened, and I was, that shit happened between Murda Inc. and G Unit. I was cool with both sides. I was trying to minimize the situation, but when I got incarcerated, doing a 5 to 10, then the feds picked me up. Then 50 used that as a green light to go ahead and do what he gonna do with the label.
Also, if you think if you was there, it wouldn't escalate.
It could have went differently, but you had a lot of dudes that were playing devil advocates. Like I said, 50 a good dude, but you had a lot of dudes that was, instead of mobilize the situation, dudes was using their strength and power, and divide and conquer, as you were saying.
Because if they'd have been super strong.
No, it was a thing where 50 and Ja had two different backgrounds, so they had two different backgrounds. So 50 wasn't bowing down to certain dudes was telling him 50 I'm my own man. I ain't no hustler's helper type dude. So it could have been it could have handled that whole situation with them could have been handled very differently. But
so they knew each other. 50 and Ja knew each other.
Yeah, they knew each other.
Okay.
I mean, because that situation's still going on today.
It's died down, but...
Yeah, but 50, like I said, he's on
it
top.
It ain't died all the way down.
50 on top. 50's like this. He would never do a song with Ja Rule, but it ain't like he'll see him, he gonna fight him, put hands on them. But
So
but he just did something not too long ago.
50 is on his own wave, and Ja's on his own way, but 50 did buy the masters of all Ja shit. So we will say that.
Yeah, you talk about it. And also, Ja Rule did a show. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about in Jersey, and 50 bought all the front row seats. Nobody could sit in the front. And he sat right there. Nobody else sit in the front row. Come on, it's still going on.
That's some real shit. 50 told us right there he bought his masters, didn't he? Didn't he tell us that?
That's epic.
Keep it real. Keep it real. Didn't 50 tell us right there he bought his shit? Didn't he?
So
honestly, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, but he said he bought his shit though, but
Yo, Ja been quiet for a little while. He came out to do a show. 50 bought all the front row seats. Nobody could sit in the front row and sat there just like this. And all the seats was empty.
Just like how?
You tell me they still going on? You gotta be
I
kidding,
said it's
man.
not going on, but like he said, ain't no problem.
No, ain't no
They
fiscal, but that's hitting them.
what I'm
That's hitting you hard. That's your
That's
brand.
low. That's
Yeah.
low.
That's your
Come on.
brand.
different.
They're like, you still can't get no money as long as I'm around.
In the industry, money talks, bullshit walks. So if that person was willing to sell his masters, if you got the money, you can buy it. So it's 50 in the.
What does that mean exactly? With if he bought the masters, can he still get the money from it? Like
anything
Is
played,
that split
any radio station play Ja Rule music, 50 gonna get a check behind that.
Wow, that's a power.
Let me tell you something else too. Let me tell you something else 50 did too.
That's a powerful move.
Remember when 50 Cent and Game had that situation with the GU Not? 50's getting paid off of that as well.
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah,
One thing about 50, man, he's a smart businessman.
Word.
You know what I mean? He's a smart businessman. And I had a client of mine, 50 live in Connecticut, right? Bought Mike Tyson house, something like that.
Yeah, he
So
sold
I
it though.
got a client of mine who had a house next to him, right? And he's like, that guy 50, they called 50 Cent. Curtis Jackson, whatever.
Curtis Jackson.
He's like, yo, that shit he do on TV? He said, he ain't that type of guy. That's a front. I said, what you mean? He's like, yo, he's the nicest guy in the world. He said, the dude is the nicest guy in the world. He's a Jewish dude. He's like, this guy's always very nice, and he's a businessman. You know what I'm saying? And look what he's doing now. Look what he's doing on television. Look what he's doing in the movies. You can't front on 50, man. You can't front on
like I said, if he fuck with you and you got a situation, he will help you. He will extend his hand. But he helped a lot of people. No, I ain't gonna mention their names though, but some dudes that he did help, they're not here no more. But he helped a lot of people with situations. I mean, when I came home, he got me in season 2 of Power. I mean, then another client that I was working with, me and the guy from Houston, Texas, Lil Flip. We got on season 5 on Love and Hip Hop New York, and then my other client Jaton Green. Some of y'all know Jaton Green.
Yeah, we know Jaton, yeah.
Right, she's my client. I just got her cover up on Mount Lawson magazine. They're gonna have a launch party for that, but You know, like I said, 50 know how to move. I mean, he got his bread.
Yeah, you have a caller. Caller, you here with Kyle Dawson?
Yeah, peace. How you doing, man? I just want to say that I don't think Irv would allow 50 to buy those masters. Irv don't play like that. Irv is a multimillionaire too, and he knows how to make power moves. He's been down with Jay for a minute, and he's been how to maneuver. Those are arch enemies from Queens. I don't think would happen.
Do you know if Irv got the masters Ja Rule shit? Do you know that, or you don't know that? But Murda Inc. doesn't exist no more. You know that, right?
I'm on other end. I can't really hear you too well because there's an echo.
Okay, but like I said, Murda Inc. doesn't exist no more. There's no label such called Murda Inc. It used to be called Murda Inc. Then it changed to the Inc. And then it just died out. So like I said, you know, 50 has money, and he said that he bought the masters. He's not gonna say anything that he's not about his business. You know.
That's something to look into.
Look, do your homework.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's something that's
do your homework
for him to do.
Yeah, do your homework. I'm gonna tell you what. Rashandi's gonna leave Murda Inc. and Irv gave her her master. That's why she stayed when that indictment dropped. You probably know that either too, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, it's a lot of things going on in she probably you know not aware or knowledgeable about.
Okay.
Next
Well,
caller.
thank you for informing me.
Yeah, next caller.
Thank you, caller. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe and like button.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Thanks for calling, though. Yeah. So okay. So now you at. You go to jail when you Murda Inc. Right? Far as with the case.
My case stimulated right from conspiracy charges. I mean, so I copped out the 10 years in the feds for conspiracy to move 250 kilos of cocaine. That was my indictment.
Okay. Is that the case that's now or?
Nah, that's what I got. That was the system for.
Okay.
Yes. So wow, that's interesting right there.
Your whole journey is super interesting.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even have guessed from where you started to where you ended, and you're still doing big things. You've been in power. You're doing all these amazing things. Are there any new artists that you're working on right now or managing?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Read that. Nah, I'm working with Beanie Segal. You know, February marks his 20-year anniversary of the album The Truth. We just had a show Saturday in Hampton, Virginia. You know, it's a pack. I've been working with Beanie Segal since August of 2019, and every show that I book with Beanie Segal has been packed. You know, he has a fan base.
He's super
Yeah.
dope.
I'm gonna clear all the rumors. He don't got no animosity with Jay.
Yeah.
You know, Beanie Segal had once, had a gun charge, and then he caught an income tax charge.
Right.
And at the time, he was young, but he was like the second to go-to man for us Rockefeller.
Hold up, caller. Hold up.
Right.
No, go ahead. I was telling the caller, hold up.
And what happened, right? Beanie Segal caught a case, and the court asked him, Jay, if Beanie Segal, will you monitor his supervision? And Jay was like, no, whatever. Then he said no.
Right.
But I told Beanie Segal, Jay, a lot of people don't want to get involved with the feds. So you gotta understand Jay's position. Like he said, no, not saying he's shitting on you, but he didn't not familiar with that system. Jay never did a bit.
You can be more helpful outside the system.
So Beans felt a certain way, but now he understands now. So they got a meeting coming soon, work out their little differences. But like I said, Beanie Segal, he a good artist. He got a lot of banging hits, classics. Mm-hmm. And I've been working with him. You can follow me on Instagram. A lot of his shows that I book with him is on IG, and you can just watch the crowd participation. And people fuck with him still. He got 3 movies under his belt. He's like a good artist, like Cheeks as well. I fuck with Cheeks,
He's a
book Cheeks.
consistent dope artist.
You have a caller from where you from? Caller, say where you from? Your name?
From Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
Speak up, caller.
I just want to shout out Kal Dawson, man. Him and I was in Walk Hill. I love you, my brother. It's your brother Jerome Bradley. Jay Wright's the writer.
Yeah. What's up? Yeah. You was there. Me, you, Scotty, AJ. You know what I'm saying?
That's my brother, man. I love you, man. I'm proud of you. And shout out to the show, man. God bless you guys, man. Keep doing your thing.
I appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Appreciate
hopefully they could bring you here as well. You know what I mean? Because you're an artist yourself. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely hit that subscribe and hit that like button.
I definitely will. God bless you guys. Have a great night. I'm going to continue listening.
Yeah, I'm here with my man, you know what I'm saying? He missing the action over here. He don't be Nas right now, though, but you know, it's all good. Got my man here from Power. He just walked in the building, the CEO, you know what I'm saying? He in the
from
building.
Power?
Yeah, he from Power.
What he doing, Power?
He was a CEO, man. He locked ghosts up at the event, and then, you know.
You say he's a CO?
He's a correctional officer in Power. He's a cop.
Oh, let me see his
Power.
face.
He the one that passed the phone to the dude in, in the cell. I mean, he locked ghosts up. That's him right there. That's my man. I told him to come. Yeah.
You can sit with him real quick.
You come over here, you know what I'm saying? You know how this show right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, B13. Now, I just want to say one thing before we talk to my man, right? Because the caller who got on the phone, I guess he don't really know what's going on in the industry, like my man Kal, just to solidify what he's saying. And I'm reading, it's like news flash. It said, now 50 Cent is rumored to be delivering the final blow. And they put blow in big
Capital
words.
letters.
He's buying all the Ja Rule's masters and publishing. If you're not familiar with the legality of the industry, that means, in big letters, Ja Rule would have to pay 50 Cent every time he performs one of his songs.
Wow.
Drop the mic.
You heard it first at the Beat 139.
I want to drop the phone, but I don't want to miss my man's phone or pass
But my thing is, right, a lot of people don't know certain things. They're not knowledgeable of certain things, so they just talk because they got lips.
They're just talking
You know what I'm
because they got
saying?
opinions.
You heard this first on the Beat 139.
And let me tell you something else. Kal Dawson, I'm the one that got Wu-Tang to deal with the Men's and Mike documentary. I'm on there sitting next to Capadonna. You know what I'm saying? So
you
a
were
lot of
really
these
good to be
dudes,
reckoned with.
I make shit happen.
Holla.
So,
It
I
is.
mean,
So introduce your guy right here.
he gonna introduce himself.
What's your name, brother?
My name's Tamika Gugwa, and I mean I represent Durham, North Carolina, but my people from Nigeria. That's you know what I'm saying. That's why I was good to connect with Rotimi when we shot together. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've been on Power since season 2. I'm the one that cusses out Tommy when I process him. And then season 4, I'm in the opening scene of the season with Ghost, locking him up, and Courtney Kim and company were kind enough to bring me back for season 6.
So before you finish, I'm going to welcome you to the show. We got to welcome everybody to the show. All right, so how did you get, how did it come into play?
You know what I mean? I auditioned. You know what I mean? My agent sent me an email and said you have an audition for Power. I went in, did my thing. About a week later, my agent called me and said I booked it. You know, next thing I know, I'm on set with Joseph Sikora. You know what I mean?
When you say the names, when you say their real name, can you say the actor name?
Yeah, so Joseph Sikora actually plays Tommy. You know what I mean? So if you look at episode 209, I'm the one to tell him to take off the fucking chain. It's not a fucking question. You know what I mean?
You seem very intense saying it right now. So
Yeah. So it's like that was the first time at that point in the series anybody talked to him in that kind of fashion. You know what I mean? So that's why it was so monumental at the time. You know what I mean? And then I actually got invited to the table read for season 4-1. And all the Stars executives were there. They had the behind the scenes people from Stars there, casting director, like everybody involved. You know what I mean? I did meet 50 briefly. He probably won't remember, but you know what I mean? Omari actually ran up to me after we finished the table read and was like, yeah, let's go ahead and rock out. So 2 weeks later, I was on set literally like all day with him, just me and him. You know what I mean? So
what's up?
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that? Like, was that exciting? Was that like, was that your very first type of big role?
No, I've been working for a long time. I've been doing this for 20 years. I actually have a degree in acting, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, what college you went to?
I went to North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride, all day.
Okay. Greensboro, right?
Yeah, Greensboro, North
Greensboro,
Carolina.
North
So
Carolina.
that's school for acting.
Guilford County.
Yeah, so I actually, you know what I mean? I actually have worked with like Royal Shakespeare Company.
Okay.
And done a lot of off-Broadway and off-Broadway work in New York.
That was gonna be my next question.
You know what I mean?
Now, what's your favorite thing? Do you like to actually be on the stage and you're engaging with like the audience energy or the camera?
They're both. I love it all. You know what I mean? I love the craft of it all. It's like there is that immediacy with the audience. You know what I mean? Because there is no cut. Like if you mess up on stage, you mess up, and your same partner has to save you, or you know what I mean? You improv whatever you got to do because there is no cut.
Yeah.
TV and film, You know what I mean? You get that cut, you get editors, you know what I mean? You get the director, you know what I mean? To
Chance
try to
like
make
fix
it
it up
look good.
again.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of actors on television and film that have never done a play can't do theater as
I
opposed to.
heard about that
as
before. It's
opposed to-
totally two different type of worlds.
Yeah, and I like went to grad school. I do Shakespeare. I do it all. You know what I mean? So you put me on set, I know what to do. Like you don't have to tell me.
So
You
you're
know what I
like
mean?
My guy,
You got 20 years in, so
He's working.
that's a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So I have a question. How do you remember all your lines?
Repetition, you know what I mean? My technique is I try to record my voice and just listen to it as if I'm listening to like my favorite track.
Okay.
And just listen to my voice over and over again, you know what I
Like the
mean?
inflections and like your patterns, the cadence of like you doing a speech?
Yeah, for sure. And also, I write my lines out, so it's like a thing of like seeing the lines in your own handwriting and then hand to paper
And I
psychologically.
hear that connects it together.
Yeah, so
Dope.
That's the key thing you said is repetition.
yeah.
The repetition gets you like in practice, in form of from one role to the next role.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's
No,
cool.
you know, what's his name? Heath Ledger. You know how he got so crazy into his role. Do you think that is like a crazy thing, or is that something as an actor that could happen?
It's actually happened to me. I remember when I was in college, I did a play called Seven Guitars by August Wilson. I played a character named Hetley. At the time, I was in my mid-20s, but the character's like 59 years old. And I got so caught up in the role, I forgot I was me. I thought I was the character.
Right.
And so I was stuck like in a particular moment. There's a moment in the play where they're listening to Joe Louis fight on the radio. And the character is screaming like, that's the king, that's the king, that's the king. You know what I mean? And, in the Haitian accent or whatever. Yeah. And I totally blacked out. I forgot I was me. Like, that actually can happen.
That's deep right there.
Wow.
Like, when you're so into the character, so committed, that you forget what real life is, and you're like in the world of the play. That's what it's all about, though. You know
That's
what I mean?
interesting.
So what's the connection between you and my man Kyle right here, man? Like y'all bond.
It's a small world, man. I know a lot of people he knows, and he knows a lot of people I know. We actually connected. Well, go ahead, tell us.
Yeah, actually, well, when I came home from doing my bid in the Feds, 50 put me in season 2 of Power. I was one of his goons that, his son pulled him up from jail, and he said, we want to take back what he had from Ghost. And I did an interview in Brooklyn, and then me and him bumped heads. I was like, oh shit, like that's something there from Power. Like, okay. Because back in I think it was 2016, I was in Cityscape, and Timmy was there as well. He was in VIP by someone. Timmy see me, he said, oh shit, that's Kyle, you let him through. So the security let me through. And I was king. I think Chaz was there that night too. Chaz Williams was there too from Black Hand.
God bless the dead.
Yeah, God bless.
Yeah, God bless the dead. I think Prince was there too, right? Yeah, we was on the Cityscape, Whoop Diamond. So that's why I seen his face though. When he was on the Power sets. When I did an interview in Brooklyn, I see him, and then we exchanged numbers and then I fuck with him. If I can help somebody. You know what I'm saying? I deal with a lot of promoters. I'm on the phone all day, every day. My phone's my office, so. I'll be booking a lot of shows, like East Coast, West Coast, overseas, Beanie Segal, Cheeks, or Capadonna, Wu-Tang got their 25-year anniversary. They getting like $250,000 per show. Beanie Segal getting 6 bands and better for a show. So, Cheeks, he up there too, So I be working. I mean, I help those that, I ain't with that, it's a lot of people which, they do a lot of sideball shit, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say this too, I'm taking off the music industry, it's a lot of people running around here advocating they real dudes and do that, but they run around here advocating something that they not and downgrading other people, and then they do a lot of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this: I'm born and raised in South Jamaica. Don't talk about my peoples. Don't shit on nobody I fuck with. If you ain't got nothing in black and white, you know what I'm saying? Don't throw no bone on nobody's name, because when you do that, I'm gonna dress you. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna dress you.
So you saying this like in general, or this something personal that really happened?
It's something personal that really happened, and when it happened, I was gonna go on some other shit, but they called my man Prince, like, yo, tell son, chill, it ain't like that. We want no heat, no problems with him, so on and so forth. So I don't like dudes just throwing dirt on other people's names, and they not even built like that. You know what I'm saying?
So it's a real live situation. You want to bring Prince to sit with you real quick?
Absolutely. Prince will come in here, you know what I'm saying? He got history. Yeah, Prince.
Thank you so much. I love your hat, by the
Yeah,
way.
catch my man on power. Like I said, he want to pass the phone and the shell and all that. You know what I mean?
You got some social media links or something?
Social media.
Yeah, to get people your social media to
for
find
sure.
you at.
Yeah.
We get some more work in here.
Yeah, Tomike OG, that's TOMIKEOG on Instagram. Totally accessible, you know what I mean? Hit my DMs and all that, you know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Exactly.
Do it one more time.
All right, TOMIKEOG, you know what I mean? So hit me up. Let's work.
All right, cool.
Holla, thanks
All right.
again.
So we're gonna have Prince, cause I see this situation, this like a real life situation. I thought he was speaking in general, like how dudes is.
Nah, some real fuckery.
So he's saying it's an actual.
Absolutely.
He's saying it's an actual person that done this. So he said something about his man Prince. They're gonna Prince right here.
Hey, Prince.
All right, Prince, welcome to the show.
The B139,
Welcome to the show. What up, man? Have a seat, brother.
Yeah. You know, it's the hot seat now, because a lot of dudes are listening to this show.
Let's talk.
You know what I mean? They're going to feel a certain way, but I'm going to call a spade a spade.
All right, talk to the mic. You nigga hear you a little better.
Yeah, talk to the mic.
Talk to the mic.
We gotta
Okay,
talk to
yeah.
them.
That's Pimp status in
Yeah,
the microphone.
yeah. Come to the mic so the viewers can hear you. Oh, be careful.
But you
be
gotta
careful.
do right there,
He
okay?
can lean in. He can
Lean
lean
in.
in.
Pimp lean.
All right, what's up? Bring him in, man. Talk about your
Hey, yo, I'm going to bring in my man Prince. You know, he's a Queens legend. He was fucking with Chad from Black Entertainment, stand-up dude. So I'm going to let Prince go ahead and introduce himself and, you know, let understand and be understood.
What's up, Prince? How you doing? Welcome to the show, bro.
How you doing?
All right.
Hi,
My name
Prince.
is Prince, you know, but they call me AK Black Hand, but me, Bam, I was already who I was, but Chaz raised me and Jaime.
Talk in the mic.
Cornbread,
Talk in the mic, my dear.
Cornbread, everybody, but if you want to just speak of that situation first, you just mention me,
Yeah.
because we had a situation where they reached out to me and then I reached out to him. They didn't know we was family.
Right.
So be careful who you're saying things about in front of people, because you never know who know people.
Because at the end of the day, what he said is real.
Holler.
Right.
It was real. He
You
ain't know
talk
who he
about
was.
him or you talk about him,
Yeah.
you're talking about me.
Facts.
So this person,
It's a family affair.
he's also from Queens. The person.
No.
Nah, we're not gonna give him no.
I'm not going to give him no airplay. He's not from Queens. He's from the Bronx. You had him on the show, but he was going around.
Right.
We had him on the show.
Y'all had him on the show, but he was going around talking things that he's not about, because this same individual, he was talking about Apple, and I got the phone conversation recorded on my phone.
Oh.
Apple sent it to me where Apple called the dude,
There's no
and
way to take it back.
Apple reached out to the dude, to one of his mans in his crew, was like, yo, give me homeboy number, I'm gonna holler at him.
Yeah.
Then Apple called them. I got the conversation recorded, so I might take this to Hot 97, you know, fuck to somebody. But
He was on Hot
Apple,
97?
no, I'm gonna take this phone conversation to Hot 97 maybe, because Apple called the dude
Why
and
not put it
G-checked
here
him.
first?
Was like, yo, why are you going around here talking about me, saying this, saying that, da. And he denied it, like, yo, I didn't say that, it wasn't like that. Da. So now you bitching up now. Well, Apple called you directly. One of your mans in your circle gave him your phone number too, Poe. And he called you and G-checked you like, yo, me, you never did no bread, so you broke no bread, so why are you implicating me in your interviews for? The homeboy denied it. Homeboy denied it.
Take it back.
No, homeboy denied it, but I'm saying, if you're going to say something, be a man and stand on your ground what you say. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost.
I think
So now I know you got your streak down your back, and understand, understood, homeboy, you a bitch, yo, because homeboy called you and he presented to you something, you didn't want that word. So stop fronting, stay in your lane.
Kel, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
Just the passion, you know, and you told us you got some evidence right now and you want to bring it to Hot 97, but we're here at the B139, which I'm not backing you up. Why don't you just put it here?
I ain't gonna put it, I ain't gonna put it out there.
Different narrative.
I ain't gonna put it out
Because I
there.
grew up with their uncles.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm
But
59.
me and the same dude
Cornbread.
had an issue.
Good.
Me and the same dude had an issue, situation,
So, you know.
and it was gonna go a totally different way. Whereas that I was gonna put the ski mask and the hoodies on. That's where I come from. I'm in my comfort zone.
Right.
And they reached out to Prince, like, yo, talk to homeboy because we don't want that heat. Cause I was like, ain't no talking no more. You're not gonna shit on nobody from Bimmy, Preem, just nobody. You're not even from Queens. keep our names out your mouth. Worry about your shit. Bottom line.
And you say he's on our show.
And I'm riding with my people. I got no problem to lay down and do 25 to life if I have to.
And I'll fix shit. I'll get your jewelry back.
So
Prince gonna tell you the conversation they called him. They gonna tell you Prince. They called him. He called me.
Prince got jewelry back.
Prince
from me.
Prince. He said he wanted to tell a story, but what you say?
The situation that happened, they called him, telling him like, "Yo, call homeboy. Yeah, we don't want no problem. Homeboy don't want no priest like that. You know what I mean? So Prince tell you himself.
We didn't even speak that much because he was younger.
Speaking of my.
And then it went right, and I asked him. I said, "Yo, bro, I didn't even know he was really homeboy. I thought they was calling me for some other kind of guy."
Right.
So then when I found out, I hit him, and I was like, "Oh shit, this going left." So I reached out to him. It could have went either way. If he ain't go with it,
Right.
then it wouldn't have went with it.
Right.
But it turned out right.
So
the situation was good.
It got to the point, right? I ain't gonna implicate myself. No, it got to the point where I actually had a ski mask and a hoodie on, ready to put that work in.
Thank God he listened.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it ain't work.
You just kind of implicated yourself.
But then he called me, was like, "Yo, listen, leave that alone. They ain't want no problem."
So let me ask you this. So let me ask you this. Y'all said an interview, right?
That's what's up.
Y'all said the person here in the interview, he said something about you on our platform?
Nah, he was just, he ain't said nothing about me on your platform, but just that he do a lot of corny shit. He wanted to be the center of attraction. For what reason, I don't know. But, homie, stay in your lane. That's the bottom line. It's just like, do what you do and just stay in your lane. You know what I mean? Because I could do it all. I got an ill knuckle check. I'm a lefty. I got a knuckle check still. You know what I mean? And I can still I can pick up that hammer and do whatever. It make me no difference how you want to do it. I'm willing to go that distance, though. You know what I mean? So some people they want to see that attraction, as we'll say. If you're not built like that, it costs you nothing to mind your business. That's what I tell everybody. It costs you nothing to mind your business. It's it. You know what I mean?
It costs you everything to be involved in it.
So you said you want to expose this person on Hot 97?
If he get beside himself, I will expose him. I will expose him. Let you know you're not built like that. You got Yell Street down your back and stop fronting because you never go nowhere by yourself. You want to have all these people around you because you ain't going to put no work in. So if you ain't going to put no work in, so start speaking about stuff because you get worked on. That's the bottom line.
So, Doc, let's get back to it. Only reason I'm like this because I grew up under. See, I was
Talk to the mic, brother. Talk to the mic.
I was older than all of them. So I grew up under Cornbread, and it was my mentor, Jaime, Doreen. I was guard body when me and Preem first started. Me and Ben, we played in the backyard with his brother. But I was always different because I know that, I'm about that brotherhood.
The mic.
So thank God I got the call.
So it's a blessing.
Thank God I got that call.
Cause I'm glad you got the call. Cause
thank God.
I think I know who y'all talking about, and
Cause
cool,
it don't
man.
even.
And I'm glad they ain't go there.
Them in that older era, they was good. And now you fucking kind of like with an older lion, a younger lion. So it was like I was glad to be here because I buried my man Chaz. He raised me for 35 years. When you talk about Black Hand and all that shit, I was guard body already in South Jamaica, Queens with my dudes, but I went away for a long time. And I met Chaz while I was in the Feds, and we came home with Black Hand.
Yeah, Chaz. I know Chaz a long time.
Yeah, good dude.
Let me say my piece. Bro, Chaz is one of the stand up dudes I ever met in my life. I know Chaz too, man. I know his family. Right. I know God did a lot of good things with Chaz, but we don't. Man. I done traveled part of the world with Chaz, man. You know what I'm saying?
You probably traveled in with me too.
Yeah. I remember your face. Yeah, I remember your face. Big D and all that,
And
so, matter of fact, there's another situation.
It hurt me when Chaz passed away, man. Real talk.
But I always told him I love him. and I buried him.
It's another situation that happened where that it was on New York One News that some individuals that I grew up with in Baisley, they had jumped my niece and her kids in Baisley. You know what I mean? And we had a meeting with that. Dudes came and had to sit down, and Chaz was there. You know what I mean? About that meeting. But Chaz is a good dude. He's a fair man.
Absolutely.
He's a fair man. He's like the last of the Mohegans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely
You
was.
talk about him. You
He
talk
got a hell of a
about
story too. Whoever do the story on Chaz, will have a good story.
Yo, bro.
It's a lot of good dudes everywhere, but
he got a main story. Yeah, he got a main story.
We managed Graf. He called me about 50.
Yeah, Graf. Yeah.
Because Chaz was like a old father.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when I got out,
Well-respected.
When I got out the feds, I introduced him to the young South Jamaica Queens.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, I opened that up.
Can I say something real quick, Prince?
Go.
I want to say shout out to my man, understanding, you got to call him
right
Unapparel. He's supposed to be to that meeting that day, but he didn't show up. But talking to Chaz, it was me, Chaz, the Furtado brothers, and we had a meeting at the Allen Church about the situation with my niece and everything, because that shit's gonna get real ugly too.
We can't let it get.
It's gonna get real ugly. Matter of fact,
That's good in some order. I like that.
Not for nothing. I want to shout out to my man, Kid McGriff Supreme, because he had called me not so long ago, and then he called you too, right? He called you, so me and Preem, we was in MDC together in Brooklyn. We left there with the Lewisburg. Then from there we went to, Colorado ADX. You know what I mean? I was there for like a year. Then I got transferred into USP Allenwood, but I'm the one that introduced, 50 with the Big Meat situation with that BMF stuff, because I fuck with Big Meat. You know what I mean?
So you was the plug with between 50 and Meech.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
good right
If you look at my Instagram, I'm the only one in Jamaica Queen with BMF shirts, and I'm gonna tell you, I do business with Beach sister, and we did the BMF tour. Cheeks was the headliner, and we did it in Detroit, and Meech called me like randomly on the phone. He always call me.
We can't forget about Freaky Time.
So yeah, rest in peace, Freaky Time.
Yeah.
So have you ever tried to put a mix between 50 and Preem?
They been squashed their beat. It wasn't really like that. You know what I mean? Because, man, a lot of people didn't know, man, Preem was in a situation, 50 reached out to him to help him with his case. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, social media, nowadays, everybody got a voice and opinion. Everybody got something to say, and, people making story more than what it really is. They really know the inside stories. They going by what the majority goes by. You know what I mean? So, like I said, everybody in South Jamaica is solid. I mean, that's it.
That's what's up.
Well, real quick.
Shout out to the South Jamaica
Yeah,
Queens.
Preem is like my brother too, like Ben Man. When all that shit was going on, I was out of town, and Chaz was calling me. Because he always put me to artists. I don't care if you Jay-Z, whoever. I did the Black Hand deal. Chaz let me for the only deal we did with Ja Rule, DMX. The Black Hand deal. We shipped 100,000. He was telling me about 50 when I was out of town, but I knew his mother. But I couldn't get back that fast. I got back when Gene had him over at Sony doing a deal, and he thought he didn't show up for a meeting. Chaz always called me. That's and that. I can tell you about that. And we love 50. And Chaz don't fuck with nobody that he don't respect.
Mm-hmm.
You dig? So when he told me 50, I was like, yo, I'm coming back. Because I came back to do the deal for him for Black Hand. You feel me? Because he let me do it. You feel me? Because he already knew how I was built. I'm younger. I'm guard body. I could do that. You dig? But with all that going on, it got out of hand. And then we took a hit for that. And I really take responsibility. I wish I didn't do so much time.
But see, the thing is, what I like.
I did a lot of time.
But see, what I like about and I would wish the younger guys now, I hope they listening to this. I want them to see that there's some gentleman thing going on. Here it is, and few different incidents. Like you said, y'all tried to intervene the
Absolutely.
OGs with the 50
I
and
can
Ja
talk to
Rule. And not
50.
only that, with the situation, I know who y'all talking about. You know, the situation that's going on now. With the dude who's on the show, I know exactly what y'all talking about.
Yeah, he
Man,
do
cool.
he do a lot of corny shit. You know what I mean?
And
But
that's between them. But
yeah.
it's still between
I
us.
like the fact that it was
I'm
so.
a
That's
mediator.
exactly what you're saying.
I like the fact that some type of
I'm OG.
mediation went down, because you know, I'm glad that happened. Instead
Well,
of
that's
just
definitely
went.
what's
It's
missing in
all
today's
That's what's
law.
missing with the
society.
young
But
guys.
let's move along, right?
Yeah.
Let's move along because I ain't giving no birds, no money, no
No more
platforms, no
attention.
attention.
All right, so what
Like
you
I
got
said.
going on right now?
So
People don't know about.
like I said, you know, like 50 Mom, she's a good person. Sabrina, she's good. She was official. I mean, she's about her business, and you know, she a stand-up female. You know what I mean? A lot of females wasn't like her, but she was built from a different cloth. But she was official all the way around the board. Another female I want to shout out to is a young lady named, I talked to her brother earlier, but it's a female named Dodie. I want to shout her out because she prevented me from catching a case. I was making a move, and I came back to the projects out of a cab, and the undercovers was right there. They was fucking with me, and she was like, nah, that's my nephew. He just came back from night school. You know, he goes to bring a night school, da-da-da-da, and not knowing I had a bird and a half in my book bag. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to shout her out, you know what I mean? Like, always give her respect, you know what I mean? Like, the way she official with that situation. Like, she didn't have to do that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely, man. This definitely is a good story. So anything before we get to the next interview that you want to say?
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to everybody who doing their thing. You know, Unapparel, Clothesline, 50. Shout out Beanie Segal tour coming up February 2020. We got a lot of shows lined up. Shout out to Cheeks, Capadonna. You know, my whole South Jamaica family. You know. People just doing like positive things, you know what I mean, staying focused and moving forward. You know, if like I said, if somebody need my help, my assistance, you know, I just got Jaton Green on the cover of Mount Lassie magazine. You know, Jaton, she's gonna be hosting an event in Philly on March 21st. She's gonna be hosting Beanie Segal, Freeway, and Chris from Young Guys gonna be the judges with Nonstop Media. So like I said, I'm just working, doing what I'm supposed to do. I stay in my lane.
That's what's up.
Yeah, can you let everybody know your social media links?
Oh, y'all can find me at on Instagram, Dawson Kal, DAWSON KAL, and on Facebook, Kal Dawson KALDAWSON, and stay tuned for the Clothesline on Apparel, BIM 3 for Life. You know what I mean? The collaborations, and you know we're just gonna build, move forward, and just trying to help those and get situations going on, move forward. You know. The Stop Bullying tour that's coming soon. Got Beanie on the panel, the Real Big Ross out of California, Antonio Sardi from Maine, from Boston, myself. You know, we going to move around state to state, talking about this, Stop Bullying campaign.
Then stop bullying. Y'all hear that? You know, we definitely appreciate you. You know, people, we be back in like 5 minutes. We gonna be interviewing Benny next.
Yeah, stop. My thing is too, y'all, those who listening and who are watching the interview, stop throwing on dirt in people's name if you're not man enough to stand on that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and can you let them what podcast show you on right now?
I'm on Beat 139.
All
Fucking
right.
with Doc and the real niggas and G.O.
And y'all can follow me at 77 Guard Body, not that I even need.
That's
Okay,
right.
it's so good, brother.
And now I gotta go pissed like a
So good.
racehorse.
Get it yet.
Exactly.
You got a post interview with Sierra
Yeah.
in the back.